How's it going, guys? It's November 11th, and I'm back with a week 15 update for my training log. Got a couple of things to talk about as the focus shifts towards learning new skills, so let's go ahead and get started. As a quick note, I should mention that progress this week was kind of slow. I completely forgot it was midterms week at school, so I didn't get much time to train like I expected. On the bright side, the rest of this month should be calm with Thanksgiving break and stuff, so I don't expect any other issues until finals week, which I believe is the second week of December, maybe the first. But okay, so let's talk about progress. Like I said, things went a bit slow, but I think I'm happy enough with the state of my learning to go ahead and start checking out some new stuff. I've looked at the videos from the Getting Good series up to Super Gold, and it seems like the main things that I have left to learn are shimmies, whiff punishing, and whiff traps. While I was watching these videos, I remembered that I had also set week 10 goals in the past, but I never got a chance to work on those with the break and everything. They tie in pretty well with what I've worked on and what I need to catch up on, so I'm basically just going to mix all of that together and split it across the last 3 weeks of this month. So this week, I'm going to be mainly focused on expanding my meaties and learning whiff punishing. As I said in the week 10 video, I'm going to learn what I can do after a super, a V-skill, and a V-trigger 1 knockdown. After those knockdowns, I believe the only ones I need left are my parries, at least until I start incorporating Hailstorm into my combos for Oki instead of damage. And on the strategy side, there's a couple things that I want to get done as well. Number one is to just make some small additions to my notes that I didn't get around to this week because of the midterms. I just want to jot down whether attacks hit low, mid, high. It's relatively obvious already what hits where, but I just want to get that done for the sake of posterity. Number two is to work on my throw game. I feel like I'm running into a similar problem in the Getting Good series where people just aren't taking the bait when I want them to with my frame traps. There's been quite a few times where I just can't close out a game because they keep blocking everything that I throw at them. So I'm going to try my best to kind of instill some fear into my opponents this week and kind of carry that forward. That's going to be it for week 16. And I'll use any leftover time on meeting practice just to be safe because I couldn't play much this week, just to really make sure that it's, muscle memory. Week 17 and 18 are going to focus on shimmies and whiff traps, along with whatever else comes up. I guess I probably will throw a low confirm in there for hail. Across these 3 weeks, I'm also going to be working on improving my neutral game. I got some great feedback from Mr. Damian Rice on my tournament highlights, which can be seen in the comments. It's actually a pretty good idea to read the comments on most of these updates since they have some pretty useful information. But long story short, gold ranks are where the mental fundamentals start to become more important. By now, most people that I fight know how to use their characters offensively, but it's extremely easy to fall into like an autopilot state and stop thinking about the match. A solid example of this is the idea of the good button at the good range, and I'll link videos below to explain that because though he explains it much better than I do, or I can. This has been a pretty big adjustment to make thus far, so I'm thinking it's going to take around 2 to 3 weeks to get comfortable with both aspects of it. First, I'm trying to get rid of the habits in myself and make sure that all of the buttons that I press in the neutral are a decision that I make. And then after that, I'm going to focus on finding habits of my opponent and exploiting them. I've already experimented a bit with this in the past few days, and I'll post some footage of a fun little parry I got from figuring out this guy's habit. I noticed that he was really big on lows constantly, so in this final high stakes battle, I dash up and I just low parry. I figured he was going to try to check that. So that was pretty fun. Not exactly an example of the concept, but I did experiment at playing footsies, and I did get a couple parries there too, which I probably can't find the footage, but if I do, I'll post them. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's all I think I'm going to discuss for this week. I was supposed to mention some optimizations I found and post my notes and whatnot, but since I'm still going to update them with new media information and new normal attack information, I think I'll just wait until then. So yeah, see you guys next week.